Okay? Now, a couple things when we do that. So a good trigger for us is number one, we're going to keep our elbows down. Okay? It's going to be this part of my body, right? Should kind of stay the same. It'll be a little bit. It's going to move a little bit. Okay? But I want to do it mostly with my shoulders to get my hands back. I want to use my shoulders, okay, again, to get that front shoulder down a little bit, get my back shoulder up, right, and get ready to go. My toe, you can see as I trigger, okay, right, I use it again, if you're going to go nose stride, okay, we talk about a toe tap. Because when I swing, I want about 70% of the weight to be on my back foot. And so, if you can go from here and tap your toe, that gives you about the weight distribution that you want. And so as our load, okay, our hands and shoulders get going back, okay, and I just tap the toe. I just tap the toe, it gets my weight, I'm ready to go with what I want. Now, some things we don't want to see is number one, the bat wrap. I don't want to, as I trigger, okay, wrap that bat around. I want to keep my shoulders square. I want everything kind of staying in that same plane as I go back. The other thing, the big thing, maybe even more important than that, is I don't want to bar this arm. That front elbow, right? A lot of times when they trigger, they'll extend this out. To go back, right? They bar their arm in here. We want to keep that bend. I want that elbow down, okay? I want that bend in that elbow. And so, when they trigger, a big mistake you're going to see is this arm bar. And the reason we don't want that is this is slow, okay? We don't want to start our swing from here and have to sweep through, okay? The term they use is casting the bat out. I don't want to go here and cast out again, right? This is slow to ball. If I'm here to here, that's slow. Here to here is quick. And so you'll see a lot of the kids that have that swing with that arm bar, it starts at their trigger. You can get them to start here, but they want to trigger it here. So get the feel of my elbows are going to stay, if there's a string, okay? All right? It's going to stay tight, it's going to stay right about that same distance, okay? So I'm just rocking, okay? It's a nice rock with my hands are moving back, but my front shoulder's moving down, back shoulder's going up, toe tap, and I'm ready to go. To teach this, again, we'll go through that same speech. I'll give them the same little speech. But we'll simply go trigger, trigger, swing. Okay, so instead of just getting one trigger for every swing, we have to focus on doing the trigger part first. Okay, and so we'll stand, okay, ready stance, go through, okay, check your hands, okay, off your shoulders, right, trigger, 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 and finish with the swing. So just to have them go through and hear that term and go through and get plenty of practice with that, it helps. It helps work on the toe tap, okay, as we go through. Okay? All right. So that's everything up to our swing at that point. Our swing, again, the philosophy of any good swing, and there's some different schools, there's some things, obviously people teach different. This is the one part that's not. This is the one part that it doesn't matter what hitting coach, college, professional, okay? This part from here to here is very consistent in terms of how they teach it, what they want people to do. I want to get, okay, my hands are in this position, okay? I want to get from here to the hitting zone as quick as I can. If I'm going to be a good hitter, I've got to be quick here. Now, what's going to slow me down? Everything that we've talked about. Wrapping the bat, okay, extending, barring that front arm, okay, is going to make me sweep and stay here. So all of those things that we've gone through, okay, should correct. But our track to the baseball is pretty simple. I want to go from here, elbows down, to the ball, elbows down. Okay, and the big term is, and you hear, when you watch baseball, staying inside the baseball. I want to keep the bat. Imagine if the ball's out here, middle plate out in front, okay? I'm going to keep my bat and the hands inside the baseball. So take a line, draw it straight through. Nothing is going to go outside of that line until I'm making contact. My hands are back, the bat, barrel of the bat is inside that line the whole time through, okay? When they get in trouble, okay, again, if you go out here, I'm outside that line already. If that arm is straight, I'm not inside the baseball. And now I'm slow, I have to come around, okay? I lose all of that speed. And so the drill we simply do is elbows down, and we just talk about swing to contact. Swing to contact, okay? From here, right, come down, right, get in that position right here and just hold it. And then we'll actually go back, okay? Here, down, stay inside. Now notice my hands, when I'm in that good contact position, okay? My top hand, palm is facing up, right? My bottom hand on the bat, palm is facing down. Again, I don't want to go too soon, okay? If I go back out here, okay, I'm going to go too soon, I'm going to lower my hands, I'm going to hit weak ground balls, okay? And so when I'm in that good, and the only way to do that and have to feel that is to he said, is to swing to contact. Get them that part where if they can get here, okay, and we'll talk about the pivot here in a second, but if they can get to here and feel that and see that, it's like, this feels like a good swing. You know, when you look at those pictures and you look at major league guys making contact, this is the position. Right? This is what the good hitters are doing. And so let them feel it. More important than just saying, here's what I want you to do, let them feel it. And so we'll go through a ton of dry swings just to contact. So here again, we go trigger, swing. You know, you can add everything else in it. Okay? We want to go here, okay, be quick, be strong, get to that position. My eyes are down on the bat, slow back up, quick, slow back up, here, right? And let them get a sense and a feel, okay, that my elbows can stay down, my elbows can stay in, right? And I'm going to be quick. Anything else is going to slow me down, okay? The pivot, we'll talk about the follow through in a second, but we're at the pivot already. If I'm in that good wide stance, and I've done that toe tap, again, about 70-30 is what I'm looking for in terms of weight. And once they get to that point, and you've all heard the term, okay, squish the bug, but it's, for kids, it's great, they get it, they have a sense of what that means. If I've got a bug underneath my front of my front foot, okay, I'm going to squish it, okay, I'm going to get that good pivot, okay, with my feet and go here. My front foot, okay, is going to turn to about 45, just kind of naturally on its own. If I toe tap and pivot, okay, this one's going to open up a little bit, but it's not here. It's not out here. It's not facing the pitcher, okay. At most, if I get this, okay, and obviously on the sand, the egg line, it spins a little better than my tennis shoes do, okay, but I get to about a 45-degree angle from where I started. And so, right, as we do our swing to contact, they can feel that too, okay? So I can swing to contact, okay? I can get here, and it's a great spot just to look at your own swing. What are my hands doing? What are my feet doing? Okay? All right? I'm in a pretty good position right now. And again, if I can feel that, I got a better chance to duplicate that over and over, okay? Now, talk about our head. And this goes back to the stride. The baseball is a tough thing to see. Moving, going fast, right? I need to be able to see it. I need to give myself every chance to see it. So a couple things. Number one, try to keep their eyes as level as possible. I mean, we're made to see this way. If we saw better, okay, our eyes would be in different positions. If I saw better this way, right, I'm sure somehow, right, we would have been created different. But we see better this way. When you're watching TV, it looks better with your eyes level. As soon as you go to the couch, sometimes it feels pretty good. You just don't see as well. And so, don't watch the fact that they don't get their head this way. As I'm here, okay, and I get to here, okay, my head stays pretty level. It's not perfectly level. It's not here. I got to be down a little bit. There's going to be some tilt. Okay? But where is my head moving when I go through my swing? Watch my chin. My chin should start at the front shoulder, and as I swing through, it ends up at the back shoulder. Okay? I want to get as little head movement as possible. The ball is moving. If your head is moving at the same time, you just make it that much more difficult to see it. Okay? That's one of the big things the stride does for us. If I get too big a stride, you get the kid that strides too big, their head has to be moving. If I'm taking a big stride, I can't keep my head still and do that. Now I've just made it tougher just to see the ball. And so, if I can start wide, I can start here, right? I can keep my head still. If you take a camera and film them, and 20 years ago, not that many people had cameras. Now, I know most of you probably have some sort of camera, even on your phone. Take it and let them watch themselves swing from the same angle you are, because you can see their head. Put it right on their head and have them take a swing, right? My nose should be exactly where it started with, right? Here, right? Again, you're going to see the big striders. Everything's going forward. Okay, so let them see that. I think it helps in terms of that. Coach, anything I missed so far? I'll talk about follow-through.
Not just maybe the relationship to a changeup or most people want to see a curveball with your head going too far forward.
Yeah. And again, I know at the RBI level, you're seeing a lot of off-speed pitches. That's not your big issue. For us, that's a big issue. Okay? If I can be compact and take no stride or a short stride, if I can keep my head still, if I can start my swing as late as possible, I've got a better shot to hit anything off speed. Okay? The big striders, the kids that get the weight out front, okay? Alright, if I'm timing it to fastball, I can do that and get away with it a little bit. But as soon as it's off speed and I'm here, I got nothing left on anything middle and away. I can't slow down and adjust. It's easy to speed my swing up a little bit. I can't adjust from here. And so for us, okay, in terms of our level, that's a huge issue. So that's what we talk about. If they do stride, I guess I didn't talk about it. If they do stride, 3 inches max. Same deal, okay? This is my maximum stride right here, because 3 inches or less, I can keep my head still. Anything more, you can feel. You just stand here and feel. Anything I go, anything more than that, okay, everything starts to move forward. And so, I guess if they are going to do that, better. So, and again, and that's part of having a quick swing. The quicker my swing is, the later I can start it, the longer I can see the ball, the better shot I have to adjust. And so, that's probably a little high level for your kids as you go through that. But in terms of where they're getting to, that's a huge issue for us. Okay? The follow-through. So after I get to this spot right here, obviously we don't want to stop it. Obviously, when I'm swinging, I'm never actually stopping and getting to this point. Okay? So what do we talk about on the follow-through? We used to talk about trying to follow through. Because again, after I get to this point, okay,